SpongeBob, if you lived inside your own brain, where would you be?
If I were me, I think I'd be this way.
Okay, cool. Welcome back to, this one, Hero Pants. This 3D platformer game. This one. The one we're playing right now, Hero Pants. So there are very little things I want to mention about Hero Pants anymore that don't directly relate to the game design or visual design of the game itself. We kind of just have to talk about the game at this point. But real quick, before we do that, this game was ported to the 3DS and Vita. I think I've mentioned that before. The Vita version has substantially more glitches. The Vita version seems to have been based on the 3DS version, and the 3DS version has a different game structure entirely. And the Vita version has several graphical glitches that are not present in this version. It has a lot more clipping, and even the shadows are different. In this version of the game, the shadows look more like the actual characters. In the Vita version, the shadows are just kind of circles, and they don't look so good. A lot of things about the Vita version do not look so good. There's an abundance of Z fighting. It's just, the Vita version in general is a terrible version of this game. That's not to say this game is good, even if you played on the 360. It's just, the Vita version is noticeably worse, even by this game's standards. So, saying this game is the same on the Vita is just, it's not true. I get that this game does not have great presentation, or even what most people would consider adequate presentation, but the presentation in the Vita version is so much worse that it can negatively affect perception of the game to a greater degree. The 360 version doesn't look good, and there are still a lot of issues like the enemies popping in out of nowhere, the animation being subpar, there's still a lot of clipping with the environment, but the Vita version is on a whole nother level of looking awful. And it's just, I don't know, it just kind of bothers me when I see people treating the Vita version like it's identical to the 360 version, because it's missing levels and it looks so much worse. Anyway, that's enough about that. Back to the game we are currently playing, the 360 version of Hero Pants. So, a lot of people have criticized this final world, and I can see why. This is meant to be the inside of SpongeBob's mind, but there's nothing to indicate it's the inside of SpongeBob's mind. It's more like some weird Wonder Candyland deal, you know? Everything is food, everything is sugary. So it obviously does not fit with the license, and this is a licensed game. So the level design, the story, the world, everything should really fit with the license. That's what makes it a licensed game. And I get being angry about this level because of what it's supposed to represent and what it doesn't represent, but I'm so curious why they chose this. This weird Candyland. I get why this level type might be appealing for developers or level designers to make, because it seems fun. You know, a world made out of candy, like you see these candy canes that are used as barriers. You know what? It seems like a fun, creative world type to make. But I'm so much more confused than upset. Like why they chose this as the inside for SpongeBob's mind. Maybe that's not what it was originally meant to be. That could very well be the case. Perhaps this level was originally meant to be completely divorced from the idea that you would enter SpongeBob's mind. Maybe you weren't meant to enter SpongeBob's mind at all. Maybe the idea behind this level was just that someone was using the page to turn Bikini Bottom into, you know, this. What we're seeing right here. That would fit a lot better and make a lot more sense. I can't know that because I was not involved in the development process of this game. But the idea that this level was always intended to be inside SpongeBob's mind, it just seems so strange to me. Because I know for a fact that Behaviour Interactive is not dumb. They understand that this is not what SpongeBob's character is like. They know his character is not just liking sugary candy things. They know that. So, My best guess is that this level was originally not meant to be related to SpongeBob's mind at all. That's my best guess. My second best guess, and this is a long, long stretch, is that the idea was supposed to be that SpongeBob is sweet, so his mind is full of sweets. I get that's a really long stretch, but in video games in particular, people seem to write SpongeBob like modern SpongeBob never happened. So maybe in their mind, SpongeBob is still sweet. You may have noticed that although earlier in the game I was making an explicit effort to attack all the enemies, or at least some of them, I have now stopped doing that, and that's because I got very tired. As I stated in a previous video, I have been playing Swap Force alongside this game, and that just made it very, very exhausting to try extra hard to make this game feel good to play, when it just plainly does not. So, at this point in the game, I just kind of did what I would normally do, and avoided fighting the enemies, and instead just wanted to get it over with as quickly as possible. And I don't like being this way about games. You know, the whole reason I'm playing this game right now is because I can stand it. You know, it's not as awful to me as it is to other people. But just playing it alongside something better, made by the same publisher around the same time span, no less, just kind of makes it really difficult. And it's probably something I should endeavor to do more, is play games alongside better, similar examples of those games. I mean, I am playing this alongside Plankton's Robotic Revenge, but that's a little different because Plankton's Robotic Revenge is not a 3D platformer. Plankton's Robotic Revenge is a third-person shooter. And the differences between Plankton's Robotic Revenge and Hero Pants, while important, are not as noticeable as when Hero Pants is compared directly with another 3D platformer, especially another child-friendly, simplistic 3D platformer that happens to be from the same publisher. I mean, if I tried really, really hard, I might be able to talk about the level design here. Like, if I tried really hard, maybe. But I'm just getting flashbacks to Gummy Bear's Magical Medallion at this point. I still don't find this game offensively awful to play. It controls alright. I played through it 4 times, so obviously I don't despise it or anything. But it's utterly unremarkable, and I think it's quite bad. There's just too much wrong with the design and too much wrong with the game in general. Normally I might call a game like this unremarkable, mediocre, average, but just a combination of so many small things wrong with it. It's really not alright. It's one thing to be dull and have adequate game design. It's another thing to be dull and have noticeable flaws in your game design, especially many small noticeable flaws. So, like, let's take Globs of Doom and compare it with this. Globs of Doom, very similar in the fact that the platforming is uninspired and so is the level design and combat, but it also didn't really do anything wrong outside of that, and it had a great presentation and showed a lot more respect toward its license. Alright, that's really all I can say about Hero Pants. It's dull, and there are just so many small things wrong with the design on top of the fact that it's dull that I can't really recommend anyone play it, even as a curiosity. I'm not saying it's impossible to enjoy the game. I'm sure you can still enjoy the game, or someone can, but just would not recommend playing it for any particular reason at all. So, if it's alright with you, I'm just going to skip to the final level, which has the best platforming in the game, so that way maybe you can be left with a mildly positive impression of Hero Pants before it ends. So we're just going to go to the final level now.
SpongeBob, you've got to wake up! And for once, I mean that literally.
Okay, Squidward, but we've got to get to me first.
Aha! All we have to do is use the switches to create a path to you, him, and fend off all these weird creatures.
Jeez, why don't you give us something hard to do?
Play with friends to find secrets together.
Ahoy! The super energy is full! Let's make the most of it! Ouch! Okay, glass face, time to dispense you some justice! I'm a great leader, as far as you know. Avast ye, you clingy little confection! You look sweet, Candyman, but you act sick. Free hugs! I'll take anything for free!
Please, let me talk to him. After all, he is me. I guess all I really want to say to you right now, Mr. Me, is... Please wake up! Huh? What a team! Bubbles!
Well done, heroes. You found the last page. Where was it?
Turns out it was in my head the whole time.
My porous friend, your mind is a crazy place. I'd better take all these pages into another dimension for safekeeping. You collected every last page. For that, I think you deserve a little something extra.
Plankton's time machine!
With this, you can relive any part of this amazing day.
Thanks, Bubbles.
But that's not all.
Oh, would you look at the time?
Late. I better get going.
We'll watch you breakdance till the end of time, Bubbles.
Yeah, and by the way, when is that? This is getting kind of boring.
Interdimensional dance party!